You suppose Mr. Arjun and Miss Rubb will get there in time to help my boys?" "I'm sure they'll do what they can," Mother replied. She looked over Sissy's head to Deborah. "For now, let us tend to your wounds and get you safely in bed." Deborah nodded and rinsed the bloody towel in the basin. "Mother, please get me the scissors. I need to trim back some of Sissy's hair from the wound site." She looked at the older woman and bent close to her face. "I'll not cut away too much of your covering glory." She gave the woman a sad smile. Sissy had helped Deborah dress her hair many times, always reminding her that Brother Paul in the Bible called a woman's hair her covering, her glory. Sissy didn't so much as try to respond. Mother handed her the scissors and shook her head. "I just don't know what kind of man would do such a thing." "Hate-filled ones," Lizzie replied. "Only bitter and hateful people could even consider hurting another human being in such a way. Right after the war between the states, there were such heinous groups. Men who would kill Negroes just for the right to say they'd done it," Mother replied. "The government had to step in and make laws to keep such things from happening. Not that it was very effective in some areas. I've often prayed that such things would come to an end, but I suppose they never will. At least not in my lifetime." "It is hard to rid the world of hate," Deborah said, carefully trimming the woolly hair. The wound was deep and splayed out in jagged tears. Sissy had lost a lot of blood. No doubt the woman was in shock. "I think it would be best if we could put Sissy to bed and get her feet up. I can tend her there." Deborah stepped back and seriously considered whether the older woman could even walk. "No, I don't want to go. I need to be here for George." "Sissy, you can't do anything down here that you can't do upstairs in bed. Prayer is the best thing any of us can do." Euphonil gave the woman a tender smile. "Your husband wouldn't want you refusing treatment on his account." "Mother is right," Deborah replied in a soothing fashion. She gave Sissy's head a gentle stroke as she looked for any wounds she might have missed. "Let's put her upstairs in my bed," Mother declared. She reached for her friend's left arm, while Deborah put the scissors aside and put her arm around Sissy from the right. A moan escaped the injured woman's lips. "I'm feeling a mite poorly," Sissy murmured. Her knees seemed to buckle with every step. "They kicked me pretty good." "Oh, Sissy, what a horrible way to treat such a gentle soul," Mother said, tears running down her cheeks. "They weren't thinking of me as having a soul, Miss Euphonil. They said I was no better than an old cur. An old cur what had turned on his master." She staggered and fell against Deborah, exhausted. She'd walked the entire way from her cabin to the Vandermarks, in the deep of night, injured. The poor woman likely struggled through the woods to reach them, for she would have been too afraid of her attackers to take the easier roadway. Lizzie led the way with a lighted lamp, while Deborah and Mother mostly carried Sissy up the stairs. Lizzie opened the door to Mother's bedroom and they guided Sissy to the recently vacated bed. Mother left to light another lamp. "It's cold in here," she said with a backward glance. "I'd best stoke up the fire." "I wish you wouldn't fuss so," Sissy said, looking to Deborah. "It's George and David I was worried about. These old scratches ain't gonna hurt me none." "Your wounds are more than mere scratches," Deborah told the older woman. "I'm sure the men will help them," Mother said in confidence. But Deborah could see her mother's concern for the men's safety. Trouble had been brewing for months in their little community, and stories from surrounding counties didn't sound much better. It was hard to imagine where it all was headed. "The boys are in God."